Salutations! Today I'm doing a video at the request of one of our viewers saying, hey, how do you get a level 1 character kind of started in this game? And how do you truly get, how do I personally get my characters up there, whatever have you? So, today I have created another Sentinel because Sentinels are awesome. And this is a Stone Sentinel, kind of loosely based on Avalanche from the X-Men. He's a villain, so we made him on the red side just to make things a little more challenging for us, but the concepts are pretty much the same regardless of which side you make your character on. Now, before I had farmers, I would just do some of the beginning story arcs around here. Particularly on the villain side, they're very lucrative because the villain deals offer quite a bit of influence or infamy. With that being said, this is how I do things today, right? That was kind of the video. How do I do things today? And I do use a farmer for at least the first handful of levels. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, even my UI is not exactly the way I like it. So setting that up the way I like it is probably a good idea. As I like to have things a little close to the center so I'm not looking way up here on my big monitor for health and whatever. All right, so the first thing I tend to do, aside from just making sure things are kind of working properly, is you want to head to the smart vendor and you want to pick up double XP. Run with double XP all the way up through level 50 on my characters. So you have to go in here and occasionally recharge this because you can only get 8 hours worth at a time, right? So go up to your smart vendor here for the villains. It's right here. Show me your wares. And we're going to go to prestige powers and, oh, not prestige powers, temporary powers. We're going to go to buffs, experience boosters, and we're going to go for the double XP booster, the 1 hour boost, right? And I'm going to do a bunch of this. Now, this does cut off any infamy or influence gains you would get from defeating enemies. That's okay. As you've seen in my other videos, there are many easy ways to make influence, including, of course, just earning merit badges from flashbacks or doing story arcs. Just one merit badge is worth way more than the influence that you'll pick up from a ton of defeated enemies. So no need to worry about that. Up through 50, go ahead and make sure you keep that recharged, which means every few hours you got to go back to her and buy some more just to keep it topped off. Now, once that's done, I take my character to Pocket D to get them ready for a farm. Pocket D for villains, if I recall. Now, it's been a while since I played villains, so after just coming back and everything, so if I mess up a couple things, you know why. I like my map to be a little separate. Oops. To be a little separate from the compass. I don't like them attached to the hip. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Alright, we're going to put that guy up there. We're going to blow that up a little bit. Alright, so the Pocket D is right there. Pretty easy to find on the villain. And nowadays they start you off with a couple of little run around quickly powers. So we're going to run over to Pocket D and try not to aggro anything along the way. For villains, just getting to Pocket D is an adventure in and of itself at times. So get over there and hit the truck. I don't even know where he was diving right there. That was crazy. Alright, welcome to the red side entrance to Pocket D. Where I got the Pocket D music kind of going on there. And I'm going to head to the Architect, which is, I believe, on the blue side. So first I got to get out of here. And I just realized something. Anyways, I don't think my farmer is the same alignment. So there is my farmer. She may not look like much, but she is a Power Ranger, right? She is Farmer Ranger Yellow. So we will have to go ahead and take over. But that is her right there. Now, let's take a look here. Let's see if I can log into her. Again, I don't know if she can actually invite him to a team, but she doesn't look like she's ready for action. So we're going to go ahead and get her powered up. There we go. And now she's a little bit more ready. Get her powers all activated. She'll be ready to take on fire monsters before you know it. Alright. Now, I'm going to try to invite my character, but I don't know if I can because of team mixture. Maybe I can? I guess I can. Alright, there we go. Alright, so she has invited him along. And now we're just going to go and do a fire farm. Now, I'm going to switch over to this screen here. Ba-doom. We're going to look at this from the prospect of the fire farmer now. And I'm just going to look up a fire farm. That's all I do. I just come over here and I look up fire farm. Browse and play. Search. Fire farm. We're just going to find ourselves a nice little fire farm. The big road tunnel is fine for me. That works for me. Now we are dual boxing. In case you don't know what that means, is you can set up your City of Heroes so that you can run 2 instances of this at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to need, if you want to stick with the farming route, you're going to need to have a friend do this for you. But I use dual boxing. Now, we're going to see right here, Avalanche, or I'm sorry, Stonefall is right here. He's ready to be leveled. So we're going to go through and just start doing the fire farming thing. Now, I will not terribly bore you guys. This takes maybe 15 minutes or so. But I will do 1 or 2 fights just to show you how I farm. There are quite a few of these guys here, and they're rather angry all the time. They get rather feisty. And this is not the best fire farmer on the planet. I'm using cheap gear on this fire farmer. It took me like 250 million, if I recall correctly. And I don't even think I've done her alphas yet, which I really should get around to doing, because I don't see an alpha button on the tab or anything like that. So, yeah. Make sure you do that when you can, Phil. This guy doesn't want to die. Alright, let me grab a little quick rest here. Now I got my enhancements pretty well filled up. With this character, sometimes I do get it over my head, and occasionally even faint. So it is important that I keep some enhancements on hand for some of this management. In fact, it doesn't hurt to just kind of use a couple of these up, because if you don't use them, you lose them, so to speak. So you might as well go ahead and I hit the wrong button there. Usually I pull with the lightning. But, you know, sometimes I hit the wrong button. And this fire farmer, I could do a video just on this fire farmer, but it gets the job done. I think I'm at +2. So I'm not the hot and sweaty guy who does +4s a lot. I definitely would have to rework this character to survive +2s, and +3s is doable if I really stay on top of my inspirations, but I prefer a more relaxed experience, so I do +2s. We got a couple little guys over here. Let's go ahead and grab these guys, get some more fun over here. Usually just keep it rolling. This character does have Consume, which is a nice endurance recharge because it is endurance heavy. So there is that. In fact, we'll put these into a Take Breathe just so I have more endurance. If you run out of health, you need a lot of healing boxes to heal up really quick, so... These bosses are always like the last one to go down, and they will pack on the damage. It's the only thing you have to pay attention to. But I do like to grab some more. But if you have any questions about this, you can definitely let me know. I don't have the build on mid, sadly. Lord only knows what happens to that build. But at least it's here in the Homecoming server, so I guess there's that. The character even has healing built in, so I don't have to use those healing things too much. Yeah, a lot of these mob bosses here just don't want to die. They're allergic to dying. Uh-oh. The problem is, oh, almost ran out of endurance there. Wasn't paying too much attention. When you run out of endurance, your defenses go down, which is most sad. So I'll go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll get through to the end of this so you guys don't have to wait. So I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. As you can kind of see at the timer at the top, this took about 18 minutes or so, and that's with me getting a little distracted in the middle and burning up a few extra minutes. So it's about a 15-minute run. So once we're done, we hit the blinky. Now this is usually good enough, and we're going to find out here, but this is usually good enough to get our hero here. Let's bring him back up. You see he was just sitting here the entire time. We'll go ahead and hit the exit button and we'll bring him back out. And he should be ready to go and get trained now, right? So we'll go out to the trainer here. That's the next step. Go out to the trainer and just train up real quick and see what we got. So we got level 2. We'll just pick up some powers here. Nothing terribly. As far as like my first powers and whatnot, it depends on your archetype, of course. With a Sentinel, I'm going to focus on offense for just a titch for the first few levels. With the AoE, I like to put the second slot in there. Your first kind of cone or whatever AoE. We'll go ahead and grab the second defensive power. I have not really looked too much into this. I'm doing seismic because people keep talking about it, but I don't really know too much about it. What do I need to do? Some more enhancements. We could probably use endurance reduction on that and enhance resistance on that guy. Now we're getting up to like level 8. We will do... What is this? We have Toon, which lowers defense. And this is the self-empowerment one. We'll hold on to that thought for a minute. Go ahead and stick another one in there. I like to double down on the AoE. All right, so when we get to level 10, I do like to, at some point here pretty early on, grab the flying power. Grab your transportation power, which is usually for me jump or flight. And whatever have you. Actually, when you think Avalanche, he didn't have any travel powers in the X-Men. But he could ride on the earth type of thing, which is probably closest to leaping. I don't do super speed because you're just running into things. So we'll do super jump and get that travel power in there. And then because I'm a completely non-optimal person who just likes to have fun, I like to pop an extra slot in there for the speed. That's just the way I roll. Good, stick another slot into that guy there. We're up to level 12 now, so we got at least level 12. So up thrust, let's see here, causes something to happen underneath your target, or I can get Earth's Embrace, which allows you to increase your maximum hit points. I'm gonna continue to focus on offense for now, and then we'll get some more defense here shortly. The thing I worry about the permanent rock armor on is the endurance cost. All right, so you're skilled enough to become a threat level 16. It's time to get you up to 14. So that's the level one run on that farm gets him up to 16. It usually takes, let's see, 2 farms I think will get you up to 21-ish, 21-ish. And then like 3 farms will get you up to like 24, 25, 26. I think I might have had to do 4 farms in order to get characters if I want to get all their powers unlocked right away. But generally speaking, for most of my characters I run, I only do 1 run of that. Because that's what's needed to kind of open up Ouroboros, right? So let's go ahead and grab the This is basically your chance to hit for a while, but it usually is on a long cooldown. But this increases your chance, resistance to hit. We'll get another defensive power. And we'll enhance heal on that guy there. That actually sounds like kind of fun. We'll throw another one to up the rust. And I think we're just about there. Rooted. You merge with the earth and you become resistant to knockback, sleep, hold, disorient, drain effects. Very important to resist mezzes in this game. So we'll go ahead and grab that guy. All right. So now I am all set. I've got that level up done. Now, there's a couple of steps that we're going to do next. Eventually, I'm going to need to go to Ouroboros. The thing is, I need an Ouroboros portal to unlock Ouroboros teleportation on here. Since my farmer is right around the corner here, I'm just going to flip over to that character really quick, and I believe she could open up an Ouroboros portal for him. And just to have that knocked out, we'll go ahead and grab that guy there. Now, the odd thing about playing villains is when you teleport back from Ouroboros, you will teleport to... You can't teleport back to the beginning island. You have to go to Capa Diabla, which... That's a little frustrating, because heroes can go right back to Atlas Park and whatever have you. So I need to get back to... I need to get back there. Let me just rearrange my powers real quick. Might need to actually already open up some other tabs here shortly. Yeah, City of Heroes does have its share of buttons, to be sure. So let me get over to the ferry here and go back over to Mercy Island, the beginning island. Another thing about the villains is it's just harder to get around, right? Like, to get back over to the main part of Mercy Island, I think I have to, like, jump over walls and stuff like that. And it gets kind of silly. But I think there is a... It's been a while since I've had to do this. What's this? Ooh, Dark Astoria. Tunnel teleporter. I don't remember that there before. I need to, like, jump my way over there and everything like that. And occasionally use this flight pack that they give you for free to start off with. Now, on my way over, because what I'm basically looking to do now is to get back to the start vendor, buy some more things. I need to sell some things that I got from that farm, things like that. On my way over there, we're going to want to hit these badges. Now, if you're using the map plugin, and it escapes me exactly what it's called, I can tell you here. You want to make sure you're using the mod tool that I showed on the prior video. And you're going to be looking for video maps for Homecoming. And that's going to give you this detailed map here. And the green badges on here tell you where there are things to find. And you're going to want that because if you can get all the badges in Atlas Park or Mercy Island, which, again, this is kind of easier on Heroes for Atlas Park. They're a little bit more condensed and it's really easy to get to them. Then you will get 1 million starting funds and you will unlock teleportation. So that is very, very helpful. The only, aside from just how spread out everything is here, there is the verticality as well now in this place. Now, it has been a while since I've done villains, so we're going to have to bear with me as I go ahead and grab these. I guess I could pause the video here, but somebody might be like, well, I would like to see you grab those badges. So you might need to fast forward just a few minutes here if this bores you, but we'll grab that badge right there. And you're looking to grab all those badges there that are shown on the hot tips screen there down below. You get all the ones in the beginning area and get yourself a cool 1 million infamy. And does this one require me to go inside? No. There it is right there. Okay. So as soon as you see badge earned, you're good to go. Of course, you're looking for like this little thing on the ground, really, but We'll come back to the start vendor after I've got all the badges here. I think there's another one up on the rampart over here somewhere. Where are you at, little badge? Should be right around here somewhere. Whoops. And you have to be pretty darn close to this thing, too. Now, Vid Maps is... Whoop, there it is right there. And I just lost it. There it goes. Vid Maps is not exactly perfect. Sometimes it is kind of hard, even just looking at, to tell exactly where that badge is at, where that little compass thing is at. It can be a little rough. This is also something, to be fair, I could have probably stopped and grabbed the travel power speed enhancement to make this a little faster. I'll buy those in a minute. So we're looking for, there it is right there. That was easy. Now the next one's all the way across town. So far away. Because boy, oh boy, that's just the way villains roll. Villains don't do anything easily. Now, there's a couple of reasons I like starting as a villain. As I mentioned before, their early flashbacks are worth more merits than the heroes. Especially if you're not doing farming and you're just going to start off with the beginning story arcs there around Atlas Park. They're a bit painful, and they don't give you a whole lot, sadly. Let me turn up the volume on this just a bit here so we can hear some more background noise. And we'll grab a little badge from around here somewhere. There it is right there. And that's what those badges look like, by the way. Those medallions, they really do blend right in. They don't glow or anything. So that can be a little iffy. I like how this one's just right around here somewhere. There we go. At least there's that small grace, the two that are right there next to each other. I think I have one more left. At least just looking at vid maps, but it's not unusual for one of those to be covered up by something else. You have to zoom in to see it. And there's that guy there. There was the one that there's a badge earned. Let me see here. Where does it show you reward merits? Okay, so we got the reward merits and everything else. And usually I get a pop about teleportation powers unlocking, I believe, unless that's... Let me see here. Look at salvage. Look under special. There's the 5 reward merits, because that's how you get those guys. If I look under powers, I do not have teleportation. Okay. Maybe its teleportation is from sitting in Pocket D for a few hours. I thought you got teleportation by grabbing that first set of badges, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong there. It's okay. They're pretty affordable. Usually just grab a teleportation power for 1 million influence. So the next thing I needed to do is to sell some stuff, because I don't really have any starting money. Let me take a look at my... Well, we can just go up to a vendor here. Vendor. So I have 0 infamy and whatnot. Now, I do have those merit things, but we're going to go ahead and sell all of these enhancements that kind of dropped. Maybe I could use some of these, but that requires bandwidth I don't have, so we're going to get rid of all these guys here. And this just comes from sitting in on the farm. You get a whole bunch of these. And also from sitting in the farm, you get a whole bunch of recipes. I could look up to see if one of these maybe sells a little bit better on the auction house, but I usually only bother with it if it's orange. So we're just going to sell these real quick. And then we got a bunch of salvage. Sadly, no orange salvage that was selling the auction house for 400,000. So we'll go ahead and just sell these guys really quick. Alright, it doesn't even quite get me up to 1 million, but it's more than enough to buy my starting enhancements. So we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and get some enhancements going. We're definitely going to need a bunch of damage, a bunch of accuracies. We'll grab some of those guys. We're going to need a heal or two because we have a healing power. And usually an endurance at least one endurance modification. So if we take a look now at enhancements and manage, start to slot those guys in. Now there is some enhancements you can also get from the smart vendor for free, so you might want to consider grabbing those guys there. So what I do, because I've been doing this a bunch, is I'll just do, for my attack powers, I'll do an accuracy and a recharge right away. An accuracy and a damage, I mean, right away. And let's see, we'll put a heal into there, which will increase that healing. We have an endurance modifier. I usually stick one endurance modifier here. And stamina. Got another heal. I can make that heal even more. I'm going to hold on to that thought for just a minute. I got one more extra accuracy as well. Maybe I've bought one too many accuracies. What does Rock Slide take? Enhanced recharge speed, enhanced debuff. I'm not even sure what its enhanced speed is on Rock Slide, or its recharge speed. So we'll take a look at the info here, and we'll just see if it's like a really long recharge. It's only 8 seconds, so I'm not terribly worried about that recharge. Up thrust, the recharge on that is 16 if you want to do that quite a bit often. But I could probably use 3 more damages. Probably with Rock Slide, I'll grab another 4th damage just to max that out. For Rock Armor, we want Endurance Reduction and debuff Rock Armor plus Defense takes Recharge Speed, Enhanced Defense. So let's grab a couple of Enhanced Defenses. So we look for Defense on the list here. Oh, and just Defense. We'll grab a couple of those. We'll grab a couple of jumps for our jump speed. We will grab an endurance reduction for that defensive power because those can usually suck up some defense last time I checked. Grab 3 more damages. And this is what I do. I just kind of go back and forth. And I will just make some adjustments. Buy what I need. Fill up these blanks real quick. Yeah, we'll take that down to 0.16 a second. Huh. It's kind of weird. Enhance range, enhance speed, enhance damage, enhance accuracy. And yeah, it's kind of plus 60% damage, whatever that ends up being, because there's no number there. That's what's kind of throwing me off. Stone Skin takes plus, let's see, enhanced defense, enhanced damage resistance. Ooh, defense and damage resistance. Enhance and damage resistance. I guess I'll put another heal there. Enhanced damage resistance and... what does Rooted do exactly? Rooted. So let's take a look at that. When this power is, you merge with the earth and draw forth its power to become resistant to knockback. Ooh. Oh. This is an ongoing dealie, so I want to get an endurance reduction for that. So endurance reduction and enhance damage resistance and defense. Endurance reduction, defense, and I think it's called resistance. Resist damage. So there we go. And we'll grab those and put those where they deserve to go. We'll put that guy right there. We'll put that guy right there. We're going to cut down that endurance cost a bit. 1 more damage for that, and I should be all set. You know, I got an extra accuracy. We'll just stick an accuracy in there. All right, so that's it. He's already ready. He's ready to go. So the next thing I would start doing is buying some smart stuff, like teleportation and what have you. The thing is, I don't have that much money left, right? Now, I could grab money from another character and go to the smart vendor and what might do. But I do like to kind of self-fund my characters as well. So he's got 4 million here. He does have 5 merit badges. 5 merit badges will get me roughly $1 million on the auction house, and you've seen a video on that. But I'm going to get some more real quick, and I'm going to do that by doing an Ouroboros. So I'm going to level him up and earn money at the same time to get him going. I've got enough. I've got enough to get started. You don't need teleportation to do the early missions anyways. Now, I believe you have to be at least level 14-ish to do Ouroboros. I could be wrong. Oh, I need to quit my little task force here. So you come over here and you pick a little mission from the mission list. Maybe it's just level 10. It got a lot of Neutropolis stuff. The Neutropolis stuff opens up earlier than normal. It's a little confusing. But let's say we do a Snake Uprising. That's a good one. The Origins of Snakes is a good one. I can't remember which one's really faster real quick. So let me just take a look at my spreadsheet. We'll take a look at the red side story arcs and tell you which one is the best one to kind of get started with for some quick money. The Origins of Snake took me a whopping 19 minutes. So we're going to do Origins of Snakes. Whoa, 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 whoa. I swear, sometimes you hit the mouse wheel and it just goes really crazy. Can I click on that? Yes, please. Now, this is one of those things where if you want to fast forward to the results, you can. This looks like, according to my notes, it took about 19 minutes last time, but I'm going to go ahead and keep recording because sometimes I get comments like, hey, I like watching you play through this, so I'm going to go ahead and play through this. Let me just get set up with something real quick, and we'll do some of this here. I mean, honestly, if you just want the real quick and down and dirty of what I did as like a 60-second video, I could certainly just say that. And I have said it on other videos before as well. Sometimes there are little holes in the ground on these missions, by the way. You're like, where do I go? You gotta look for the hole in the ground. Now, this is one of those things where you just need to get to the end and beat up the guard. So if you're trying to speed run this, you could certainly do that. I'm gonna go ahead and activate his big rock armor. Oh my gosh, he already looks like Avalanche. He's covered in rock. Oh, that'll work. Now, one of his powers is disabled, the Rooted one, because we are exemplared down to a level 9 type of deal. So, yay for that. But that's okay. We won't need every single power. Yeah, I mentioned before that these dungeons can be kind of randomized each time you play it, but I swear this one's pretty much the same. That's a side passage right there. We don't need to do that. We're going to stay focused on the main objective, more or less. But I will kill the things along the way just to get used to my powers. Oh, gosh, I'll need to get used to them a little bit faster. Those things hit hard. Good thing I have a self-heal that takes all of 2 minutes to recharge. Okay. Got a lot of really cool earth sounds in this. All right. Well, that was a little tougher than I expected. So we're gonna pull out the inspirations here. We're gonna rest up. Rest. Where is my rest button? We have lots of. Oh, there it is. We have lots of buttons here. Oops. Rest. I don't really know if I really need mutagen and all that stuff. I got lots of powers already. Certainly don't need the walk button. So I'd be interested to see if I can get through this without dying. Low level, I swear, he's almost as squishy as a blaster. Oh, this is what I get for taking some of the defensive powers later as well. Up thrust. Let's see what up thrust does. I'll have to say, it's impressive looking, if nothing else. Up thrust. I feel like I'm in yoga class. Up dog. Up thrust. Same thing. Alright, he got through those pretty good. He's a pretty endurance-heavy guy, though. One round of fights, and oh boy, we're just all tuckered out. So, something to either spec some more endurance reductions for, or get used to, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, there you go. It does make a cool earthquake sound with everything, so you really do feel like you're playing Avalanche from the X-Men, if nothing else. Oh, I think he just told him to sit down. Oh, there he goes. Woof. Go ahead and give a little rest up here. Get that all topped back off. You definitely don't want to run out not topped off around here. Oh, especially if you're gonna fight. Oh, 3 yellows. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna go ahead and eat some Tic Tacs. Give ourselves a little bit of an advantage here, because we're gonna need it. Take a seat, buddy. Yeah, that's pretty rockin'. That is pretty rockin'. I have to say, I can see why people kind of like this. It's got a very kinetic feel to it. The whole screen shaking, the earthquaking. That is a pretty cool. I think I'm gonna like this guy. Usually when I make superheroes, if I got one from the old comics that I used to do, and I plan on writing some more sometime, but if I do, then I will draw from there. But more times than not, I end up drawing from like Marvel and DC inspirations. There was Terra from Teen Titans, but I felt that one was too easy. I had to go with Avalanche. All right, I'm kind of carving through these now. I'm kind of feeling this. We don't want to go in there without endurance, though. Got to keep resting up. This guy needs some coffee. That's what he needs. I need coffee. We got a Slitherus here. He looks like a named lieutenant, so this could be a little dangerous. Not too dangerous for me. And we're getting some good XP while doing this, so that's always good. Of course, with double XP, that's going to help and whatnot. Got to go back to the contact, and of course, you can never like call him the first time you do something for him. That would be too easy. I seem to have like a UI issue going on here. I have a major UI issue going on here. Ah! The UI's killing me! Oh, because this is, again, it likes to connect everything together. And I really don't like it to connect stuff together, so. Alright. Alright, so we're returning to the contact, right? So let's do that first. Just gonna run on over there. Oh, you know, did I have super jump active that entire time I was down there? That is not going to help my endurance drain, is it? Let's try turning that off for the next dungeon and see if that doesn't make the endurance a little bit easier to manage on this guy. Silly me. Clunk, 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 clunk. He needs like big stompy sounds those when he's running around those big rock boots. I think that's a missed opportunity. So, again, the UI, just saying, you're killing me here, UI. Let me see if I can fix this. I have no clue why. Let's see. Okay, how about that? All right, there we go. All right, that's what I'm used to having. Okay. Alright, so let me head on into here and see. Oh, let's turn off jump this time. And we can even turn off... I don't know if sprint takes any endurance drain or not. It does. So let's turn off some of this stuff for now. And just see how the endurance holds up. This dungeon's not very big, so sprinting around, not the biggest, most important thing in the world. Let's see, athletic run, sucking up 0.57 a second. Oh, well, we'll use sprint a little bit here. There we go. And then turn that guy off just for the endurance. Hello, guys. Yeah, that endurance is working out a little bit better there. Just a titch. And don't have to rest every fight, maybe just every other fight. At least with snakes, it makes sense why they're in a cave. We all know, like, snakes like to be underground, so this tracks. Wow, he is pretty cool. Nice rocky sentinel just beating the crud out of these guys. Oh yeah, this is working out pretty well. And this is before you have any really cool set bonuses or anything like that. I swear he threw like a hand grenade at me. And you could hear the treasure chest from my little Blinky mod. So we'll want to grab that guy there. It's very loud. You can't miss it. Must have missed some snakes as a defeat all, so we'll go ahead and turn on the faster running here and zip around. See where we missed one. What was that? Was that me? I guess that's him running with earthquake shoes on, right? That's the simulated earthquake sound. Alright, here's some more snakes. And there we go. That one is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, all done. There's only like 3 doors, I think, on this. So, sadly, they're going to make me go back. This guy doesn't believe in giving you his cell phone. Whoa, 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 whoa. I am not jumping correctly there. Yeah, jumping powers is definitely more to manage than flying. I do take flying on the majority of my characters. Only when it really goes against what they are do I take jump instead. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab this hatchery thing over here. Now, I think you might be able to turn off the rocky stuff around your character if you don't like it, but I'm not sure. Kind of curious about that now. I think you can. It'll say it's right there, but the hole's actually right here. When I first did this series of mission, that drove me crazy. What is the power on super jump? 0.46 a second. So with all those turned on at the same time, yeah, I was adding up to like an extra 1 or 1.5 points of endurance drain per second. So now we got to defeat all in this one, so everyone needs to die. It's okay, you know, usually defeat alls can be pretty time consuming, but these caves are usually pretty straightforward in these early villain levels. These snake caves are usually not a big whoop. Ooh, we got orange. Oh man, I got like 4 heals. Oh, goodness. We're gonna get some distance between us here. Oh, that's nice. Good timing on that. Now we gotta ride the dopamine. Gotta find some more snakes and... I'm getting very disoriented in this cave. I'm gonna waste my entire buff time just trying to figure out where to go next. Oh, here we go. Hey guys, if you don't mind, I need to use the inspirations you get from leveling up. I call it the dopamine hit, because that's clearly what it is. They all dead? They all dead. Ooh, cutscene. Yay. Alrighty, boys. You want to play? Let's play. Yeah, that was easy peasy. Let me top off the stamina just in case. This could be a rough ride. Oh, and I forgot, I've got Sentinel powers. It's a Sentinel, so you can do the Sentinel vulnerability thing. So let me make sure I get that guy ready, because that's an orange there. So we can reduce all of his resistances there by 15%. This is going to be a big pool, so we're going to need all the help we can get here. Right. Health is not looking great here. Just realized my health thing was on recharge. Gonna blow some inspirations here, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to embarrass myself on a YouTube video and get killed in a low-level mission. But you knew that was gonna be a little rough with 3 yellows and an orange, you know. And this is before you really, again, get really great set bonuses or anything like that. So gotta lean into your inspiration. Sometimes that's what they're there for. Alright, go and grab some more guys here. Just one by himself, but we'll go ahead and lower his resistances. And, you know, take that time while he's knocked down to get some distance. Distance is always your friend. Alright, so I think we got all the snakes that are there. Let's see if there's some snakes over. Oh gosh, I have found the plethora. The plethora of snakes. Everyone's a winner when you kill a snake. Well, you're not very nice. Oh, there's a snake egg there. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy first. Could be dangerous. Snake could come out of that. Oh, gosh, I could get attacked from behind while the cat jumps up in front of me at the same time. That's exactly what an evil cat does. Gonna need a little inspiration help maybe to finish this off. My gosh, what do I have to do to finish these guys? What, I aggro every snake in there? Oh gosh, there's another one down the hallway. Is he healing himself? Oh, lovely. Come on down, cat! I swear the cat picks like the worst time to jump in front of the monitor. Would you die? Holy cow. Jeez, oh peas, that was close. That had me sweating some bullets there. He sprays something on you too that slows you down. Let's see, I knew there was another snake around here somewhere. Oh, he didn't slow me down. That's my run that turned off due to endurance issues. And my endurance come back pretty quick there. Turns out it works better when you don't have you know, all kinds of toggles turned on you don't need. Get that armor back up there. Alright. See if I can get rid of one of these guys first. Hello, guys. Rock on. Of course. I was really trying hard not to aggro anything I didn't need to. That's a nice little AoE. I like how he just forms a rock and then punches it and it just splinters in their face. That's pretty badass. Not gonna lie. Wow, can you just die now? Thank you. Good grief. I'm running out of endurance again. Rest? I thought I hit the rest button there. The cat's distracting me. Rude cat. Let's get that endurance back up there. I think I'll convert these 3 into a heal. So you can right-click. If you have like 3 of the same inspiration, you convert them into another inspiration by right-clicking on them and then saying convert to whatever you want. Cobra Trueborn. It's like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe. A real American hero. Boom. Love it. That is fun. Let's get rid of this egg. Oh gosh, is there a present inside? Oh, there is a present inside. I felt the earth move under my feet. Oh, come on. What is these guys eating for breakfast that's keeping them so alive? Holy shit. I like hit him with everything and he just kept healing himself. It's very rude. Gotta recharge the endurance there. That little fight, he was just a white. Right? He was just white, so I thought that fight was going to be easy. And he had me blowing everything there. I'm going to brawl this guy just because I can. There we go. Got rid of that one easily enough. Normally, things that are white are not usually too hard to beat. There we go. Unless you're playing like, I don't know, controller or something. But then you just lock them down so they can't hurt you anyways. They just take a while to die. I'm afraid to break open that egg. That last egg almost kicked my butt. Well, Pandora's box has been opened. Let's see what's inside. There, heal through that. Alright, so I think there's just this big guy left. Cobra Commander. We'll use a couple of Tic Tacs on him to make sure he goes down nice and smooth. After we take a knee here, we'll hit him with the Sentinel vulnerability there. Take a couple of Tic Tacs. Oh, goodness gracious. He's easier to kill than the little guys inside the eggs. Alright. Whew. Oh, we got a couple of little hiding guys back here. You think they would see their boss getting beat up and, I don't know, maybe jump in and help them? You know, hitting that rock is just so cool. Alright, so we got those guys there. That's usually where the mission ends, so I must have missed something somewhere else in the dungeon. We'll go ahead and grab the rest of that there. I think there was maybe a turn off up here. Maybe not. That's a dead end. Boy. Even in this little snake cave, I get lost sometimes. Where's the last one at? Aha. Hello, guys. Ooh, they're nice and yellow, too. Let's go ahead and do this the right way. Nothing a couple of Tic Tacs can't handle. There we go. So that one took 24 minutes, not 18 minutes, but getting used to the class. And I didn't rush that first mission. That's probably why that was earlier better. Now, you're going to see down here in the text, my head is in the way, but if you could see the text, it would say that I got 10 reward merits, right? So you've got your first merits. No, I got them when I got all the badges around town. Alright. So, if we call him up, we'll finish that up, get our little bit of bonus XP. And that takes us out of exemplar mode. I'm up to level whatever. I can probably go and train because I did gain a level through that. So, we'll knock out some training and we will... we're going to make some money, right? We're going to make some money. The first thing actually I need to do is, since I'm around here anyways, is there is a merit vendor right around here in a back alleyway, because that's where villains do their merit purchases, is in a back alley here. And as often the case with your first group of these guys here, is you want to buy either, you know, some converters, some unslaughters, whatever's going to make you some money. And I think it's the... If I take a look at the auction house here, if we take a look at converters lately, it's 65,000 is a really good price. The enhancement boosters are 800 to 1,000, but remember you get like you gotta spend 5 to get one of those, right, for 800,000, whereas with the enhancements, you get 30 for 10, which is 15 for 5. Right, the same 5, you'll get 15 of these guys here. You know, honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. But I think with this being at 60,000, I think 60,000 times 15 is like 900,000. So, whereas this might be 800,000, I don't know. Then there's the unslaughters, but I don't ever think they'll sell too well. 100,000 for 100,000 for 2 of those. So let's see. Wait, you get 2 of those for 1 reward merit. And so if you spend 5, yeah, you get about 1 million. It's almost all the same. Though those are going for a solid 100,000, right? So if I go ahead and just buy those real quick, go to my salvage, grab those, bring those over to here, pop those in. Because what's more important to me is just selling them right away to get the quick cash. So if I put it for like half price, we'll see how much they sell for. They sold for only 75,000, so I think I'll stick with the converters. Usually don't do me wrong. Usually, actually, I got a converter right here. So if I put that in for 55555. Well, I say they don't do me wrong, but they're actually not. It's not actually selling, so that's rude. Wow. What's the lowest bids that are in there? If you just want to make quick cash, 50,000. Yeah, that's prices are going down a little bit. Just going down a titch if you need to sell right away. Which, generally speaking, and making a new character, that's exactly what I want to do. Is I want to sell it right away because I just want to make the money. Oh wow, the enhancement booster won't even sell for 66666. That's, oh, there it goes. 800,000. Okay. 800,000 for the booster. So I'll just do another quick booster here. Get another quick get another quick 800,000 hopefully. And then we'll do the rest with these. Now, obviously if you've watched my other videos, you know that there are various different ways to make quick money by flipping things on the auction house. So, you find out what works for you. But this is just beginning quick cash. When I want beginning quick cash, I sell things at a discount and just get them done. So doing that got me 2.5 million just like that. So I just create this character, sat on a fire farm. That got me about 700,000. I spent like 300,000 or so on enhancements, so I was down to 400,000. I did one run on a quick 20-minute Ouroboros flashback, and I made 2 million more in converters. So, yeah, not a bad way to make some quick money. Now, we're going to wrap this video up by talking about what we get from the smart vendor now that we got some money. So let's head on over to Yale Smart Vendor, which is around these parts over here. Smart Vendor. All right. And I covered this in a different video as well, but again, keep your XP buff boosted. Every time I come to the vendor, it's just an automatic come here and top off my experience booster just to be on the safe side and whatnot. You can buy some temporary attack powers here. The only ones I really usually get are the Envenom Daggers. Those are good against bosses to help lower their regen and stuff. So I don't buy them right away. Like, this is just a new character, but it's something I tend to buy a little bit later on, especially if I'm going to start taking on any sort of elite bosses or anything like that. We're looking really for nothing around here that I really need. If you need some extra flight power, you can buy the travel flight power here and whatnot. But that is up to you. It seems like nowadays they start you off with a lot of this prestige stuff already, so I don't need to worry about that. It doesn't look like. For our prestige powers, looks like, again, they already kind of start you off with some of this. I don't sweat this as much as I used to. You can buy or you can get a free little pet that'll give you a little bit of buff to your resistance and damage. It's usually not a bad idea. It's free. Why not? You just got to remember to actually turn it on. I don't even think they put on my power bar because that would be too nice. We'll put that combat pet on there and just stick that right in there and get a little fairy to help us out. There we go. So we'll grab that little pet. Let's see. We got some of the travel stuff. We're really looking for teleport. So assemble the team is very nice, but I usually get that a little bit later on. Base transporter is super nice if you have a base, but he does not, so that's a lower priority for him. The mission transporter takes you right to the mission right away, so that's really good. So we're going to grab a hold of that. And where is just regular, good old-fashioned teleport? What's really on? Teleport's not on the list. Oh, here it is, long-range teleporter. Haha. So 1 million there. Now, you can unlock this by just sitting in pocket D for a while. So if you want to save 1 million, you can do that. To me, 1 million is really nothing in the grand scheme of things because you end up getting money so quickly in this game. I usually just go ahead and buy it to not worry about it later on. Because I forget exactly how long you have to be logged out in pocket D for. So I just really need my long-range teleporter. Now, long-range teleporter, just a reminder, it can only get you to places where you have touched one of those badges on the ground that we talked about. So you can see I still have a lot that's locked out here for Rogue Islands. So I'll need to go and touch some badges to make that work. But that is very helpful when you start getting into missions that have you zipping around all over the place. I will say, on the bright side, for the most part, the villains' early missions do not have you running around a lot to different areas and zones, so I don't need that I don't need that teleport quite as often. But that's it. Now that he's all set, the goal with him would just be to... Oh, I didn't level up. But the goal with him would be just to do more flashbacks, and that's what I usually do. I level up my characters through flashbacks, and I just have fun with it. That's what I do. And we'll go ahead and train this guy on up here. Looks like he can get a couple of more things. That rock shard is really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like that a lot. A couple of really cool powers in this power set that I'm really enjoying. And that will create a few more holes for a couple of more enhancements that I could buy from the enhancement shoppy person real quick. But that's pretty much how I roll. So how about you? How do you like to do your early characters? You know, maybe put some comments down below and what you thought. Tell me if I missed anything. I'm kind of racking my brain at the last minute here. Is there anything else kind of for new characters that I think about? I don't think so. I think I got all the new character-y stuff. I feel like I'm missing something from the smart vendor I would normally pick up, but I'll remember it as soon as I stop recording. So there is that. There is that. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think. And if this video was helpful to you, hopefully it entertained you for about an hour. But yeah, it takes me about, what, an hour and a half tops to get that character, get them through their first farm, get them open up to Ouro, do that first run on some sort of flashback, get that first handful of badges, and get that beginning funds going. And from here, you can, you know, if you want to make more money, you can play the auction house and make millions within a matter of minutes by watching that video, or just keep hitting up more flashbacks and making money that way. Because, I mean, gee whiz willikers, some of those offer it. The villains offers really good merit. Now, if you're doing this on the hero side, you don't make 10 merit badges on your first mission at all. You just don't. Some of the missions don't offer any. Some only offer 3 or 4. I don't know why they gave the villains a better start. Now, later on, the villain missions don't offer nearly as much. But, all right. Well, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you on the flip side.